Hello and welcome to Booksmart. I'm Pierre, your host. This is the show where I'm joined by three comedians who are going to try to convince me that they've listened to this episode's featured audiobook. Let's meet our guests. He once said that screen time had rotted his brain so much that he was no longer capable of reading books. So he is Audible's ideal customer. It's Jacob Hawley. She once hosted a podcast called 28 Dates Later, where she had to date people who were the total opposite of her type. It's good to see her again. It's Grace Campbell. He was hatched from an egg laid by Wes Anderson. It's Rajiv Karia. I do think of you as the most indie man I know.
Thank you.
Is that good?
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did go to the Wes Anderson exhibit quite recently.
Yeah.
People kept tapping me on the shoulder thinking I worked there.
Or a mannequin, maybe.
You, get back up there.
Now, we'll get to the Booksmart round in a bit, but in the meantime, let's try and get smarter with some warm-up games. Points will be awarded throughout the show. Some will make sense, others will be completely random, but eventually, someone will win. That's just how games work. Stranger Than Fiction is a quickfire game for our library lurkers where you have to guess if the following statements are in fact true or false. Paddles at the ready, please. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy author John le Carré was originally going to give himself the pen name Chuck Smith. It's a false, false, and true. It is false. It's false. Well done. It's a slightly tricky question. The name he considered instead of le Carré was Chunk Smith.
Chunk.
Chunk.
That's the most American thing I've ever heard.
Chunk Smith.
Mr. Chunk.
He's on Rogan all the time.
Yeah. he knows how to hunt a lot of elk.
Yeah. Chunk Smith is the vaguely cruel nickname they'd give to the biggest lad at boarding school.
That's right. You were nearly Chunk Smith. You would have been Chunk
fully
Smith
qualified
at
for
your
Chunk
boarding
Smith,
school.
absolutely. Pierre is a better stage name than that.
I think you should go by your real name.
Chunk Smith.
Yeah.
It's weird to see it written down. I've been asked if it's a stage name many, many times.
Pierre Novelli.
Is it not?
No. I don't look like my name is Pierre Novelli. I
No.
look like my name is James Andrews.
But in France, Pierre Novelli is James.
It is, yeah. It's such a
yeah.
boring... It's so mundane. All right, paddles at the ready. Next one. John Steinbeck's dog ate the first manuscript of Mice and Men. We've got two trues and a false. It's true.
Yeah.
The dog ate it. What a turn up for... That might be what it's based on, that whole my dog ate my homework thing. What about that?
It's very Steinbeck.
Yeah, if you
the
don't
dog
believe...
eating it. It's all just sort of grim realities of American life, isn't it? The dog
Yeah.
ate my best work. The Dust Bowl blew away my family. The tax man slept with my wife. It's all just like grim things that happen in Middle America.
It's a very popular book in schools. Did you guys study Of Mice and Men at school?
No, I didn't. I actually only found out the plot of Mice and Men yesterday.
Oh,
funnily
really?
enough. Yeah.
It's a very popular book in school. Kids need to learn the vital lesson that sometimes it's kinder to murder.
And I think as you grow older, most friendships, you do fall into a George and Lenny. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mind, I'm the Lenny in most of my friendships.
you
All
think?
of my friends want to shoot me. Like,
For your own good.
yeah. I'm never trusted
At
around...
this point, it would just be kinder to put him out of his
Exactly,
misery.
yeah. I'm not trusted around small rabbits. It's better to shoot me than let me near your pets.
Next up is Finish the Sentence. For this game, I'm going to ask the panelists to finish the sentence from these well-known novels. Fingers on your Booksmart buzzers for our first sentence. Many's the long night I've dreamed of...
Fucking you.
It would, when you find out what book it's from, that would be very fun. It would be good. It would be interesting. No, it's less carnal, but it is still sensory, I guess.
Touching you.
No?
No.
I was going to say massaging your shoulders.
Oh, no. So it's not body, but it's...
Oh,
That's when people
massaging myself.
No, the answer, I'm afraid, is many's the long night I've dreamed of cheese.
Oh.
Toasted, mostly. Buzz in for the book title and author.
The Hairy Bikers.
Almost certainly. Surely. There's a Muppets version of it?
Christmas Carol!
No.
Oh,
Oh, Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol.
that's what I just said. I just said that.
You didn't say Charles Dickens.
I said Christmas Carol.
That would have been so harsh if they gave it to you and not Grace.
Treasure Island.
Yes.
I don't know who wrote Treasure Island.
Oh, Robert Louis Stevenson.
Okay, yeah, point and a point. But I mean, it feels like you shouldn't get a... just going, A Christmas Carol, with maximum confidence after it had just been said. Next question. No one would think he'd make...
No one would think he'd make cardigans sexy. And they'd be right.
I like it, but no. No one would think he'd make...
Me come.
That'd be a funny way to introduce your husband at a party. No one would think, but you know what? He can.
No one would think he'd make any money.
No.
But here he is, on Audible. Chunk himself. He's come so far.
Old Chunk. Yeah. Seen what he's up to? No one would think he'd make such a beautiful corpse.
Oh.
Extra point for the book title and author.
Oscar Wilde.
No. A little bit more modern than Oscar.
James Joyce.
I'll give it to you, because you know who James Joyce is.
Ulysses. Dubliners.
Dubliners. Dubliners. Points for Rajiv.
Wow.
Good knowledge.
I haven't read any of these, just so you know. I don't want people thinking I'm well read. I have not earned that. I just know 2 titles of James Joyce books.
But have you listened to them? On Audible. So, next sentence. Fingers on buzzers. I like myself better when I'm...
Naked.
Really?
Yeah.
You've chosen the one where it's just you in a full-length mirror windmilling away.
Windmill is being kind to me. Clock towering away.
Wrist
Alarm
watching away. I like myself better when I'm...
With you.
Bang on!
you.
Perfect. Well done. 2 points, because I think that's the first correct one.
Thank
I'm going to say 2
you.
points for that. Book title and author.
Bridget Jones' Diary, Helen Fielding.
It does feel like that,
Yeah.
doesn't it? But it's Tuesdays with Maury by Mitch Albom.
Okay.
And to get us into a sexy time mood for the Book Smart round coming up shortly, whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are
Intertwined.
close.
Together.
Close.
Connected.
Close.
Touching.
You're doing a kind of thesaurus game. Just not how to get the points.
Docking. That's closer than close.
Wrong, but I'll give you a point for reminding me about docking. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same.
Oh, that's
It's fine,
that
isn't
is
it?
cringe.
Yeah, it's less romantic than I
really
expected,
cringe.
actually.
Yeah.
Who do you think popped out that cringe little line? They've been in the public forum a lot lately.
Stephen Bartlett.
No. I'd love him to introduce a guest like that. Whatever our souls are
They
made
are
of,
the same.
his and mine are the
And
same.
it's a bottle of Huel.
We all like optimizing.
Wuthering Heights.
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say Hamlet.
But you
Bang
didn't say
on.
the name. Emily Bronte.
Point.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
These are
Well,
open
we'll
goals,
split that.
Grace.
I know.
These people are leaping through these nets. Oh, point. Well done. Yes, it's from Wuthering Heights, Emily Bronte, everyone's favourite Moors-based sexcapade.
Yeah.
I was staying in a hotel in the Moors recently, and it was a dogging site
Was it?
in Huddersfield. Yeah,
The hotel was, or
the
nearby?
car park.
The
Was a
car park
dogging
of the
site.
hotel.
Everybody was shagging in the car
That feels
park.
a bit cheap, doesn't it?
I was going
It was
to
£24
I was
a
going to
night.
ask why were you staying there, but you've already answered that.
Yes.
But if it's £24 a night, then you think, should we all go inside?
yeah.
Warm ourselves by a roaring fire. Enough. We don't need to be here in the car.
Let's be indoor sex people.
It's modernised,
Let's be
isn't
classy.
it? It makes you realise, like, Wuthering Heights is sort of romantic and sexy, but just because it's old. Nowadays, Wuthering Heights is just dogging in Huddersfield. Heathcliff is hanging out the back of a Corsa. He's clock towering out of the window of a Vauxhall.
There's an adaptation I would have thought, this is bold.
Yes.
This
That's
is
what they
bold.
should have done.
Now it's time for a quick-fire trivia round so I can get a rough idea of who actually reads books and who only carries them around to try and look smart. It's quick, it's messy, it's verbal diarrhea. So for our final warm-up round, fingers on your book-smart buzzers. How do you enter the magical world of Narnia?
Through the wardrobe.
Wardrobe!
Buzzed in, come on, fingers on buzzers, you got to be right there ready. What was the working title of Jane Austen's book Pride and Prejudice?
Pride and ethnic slurs. They're like, maybe just change that. Oh yeah, fine.
Bold. I'd like it. Oh yeah. First Impressions. Much worse title.
Yeah.
Very boring. What is the name of the virtual utopia explored in the futuristic sci-fi novel Ready Player One?
Muse.
It'd be good though. It's Oasis. It's
You shouldn't have given it away
Oasis.
so quickly. I was about to say that.
Well, you got to be quick on that buzzer. Buzz before you have the answer. It's working for
I
Jacob
know,
alarmingly
it's a very
well.
male thing to do.
It really shouldn't work for anyone to buzz before you actually have the thought ready to go. But it's really, you're lining it up.
My hands are aware of how quickly my brain works. They've learned by now. Start moving and give it a minute.
It's like traffic. If we don't start moving, then
Yeah,
the thing
exactly.
at the
Yeah,
back.
get the clutch down before you think about what you want to do next, because it might take a minute.
What river is the setting for Agatha Christie's famous novel Death on the...
Nile.
Yes, bang on. Perfect, nice and fast. What type of file is someone who likes to read regularly?
Oh, bibliophile.
Bibliophile.
Thank you.
Bibliophile, you got it.
Thank you.
Now, at the end of the warm-up round, let's check the scores on the little podiums. And the scores now are Jacob with 4, Rajiv with 5, but Grace with 7. But everything can change in a moment. It's the Booksmart round. For this round, I have to guess which of our guests has and has not listened to our featured audiobook. Those that have cannot lie, but they can jump on to the lies of the bullshitters in an attempt to confuse me. At the end of the round, if I get your roll wrong, you get 10 points. If I guess right, you get nothing. This month we're talking about Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed. That's right, it's about to get pretty sexy up in here. I haven't listened to it because I'm not allowed. Also because I normally listen to sexy audiobooks with my grandmother. To make sure we're all on the same page, I'm going to give a top-line summary and a few character names and details for the benefit of me, the audience at home, and of course the bullshitter or bullshitters here in the studio. Here we go. Star ice hockey players Shane and Ilya are arch enemies on the ice, but behind closed doors they are hiding a secret, steamy relationship. The couple battle with years of sneaking around at the risk of losing their high-profile careers. Today's panelists, by contrast, do not have that problem. Our three main characters are Shane Hollander, Canada's golden boy next door. He plays for Montreal and is set to become one of the best ice hockey players of all time and is adored by all. Ilya Rozanov, a huge, rugged, abrupt Russian ice hockey powerhouse who plays for Boston. And Rose Landry, a fabulously stylish Hollywood actress who dates one of our boys. However, there's also a very popular TV show.
And don't you think I'm kind of the target audience for that TV show?
I do.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, it was made for the female gaze.
Yeah, well...
Heated Rivalry. It was written by a
yes.
woman.
Well, the G-A-Z-E. The female gays have other shows. But they're free to enjoy this one.
No, it wasn't just made for the female gaze, but a lot of it is like, you
Yeah.
know, it's
How
hot.
Is it explicit?
It is hot. I can't even tell you. I can't watch it like in public.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't even listen to it in public.
No?
I'm walking
On
around.
Audible.
I'm fucking stiff on the tube listening to that.
Stiff as a hockey stick.
Yeah, is that your hockey stick, or are you just pleased to see me?
You're having to mind the closing door. Okay, interesting clues perhaps. Or lies. To kick off, we're going to find out who's wearing their Smartie trousers today. I'd like each of you to say something profound about the book that might make you seem clever at parties. Imagine you've actually got something interesting to say to people. I know it's hard, but just imagine. Let's start with Rajiv.
I would say that this fantastic audiobook, it's like a modern day
Yes?
retelling of West Side Story, which in itself was a modern day retelling of
Yes.
Romeo and Juliet. I think, you've got rival teams in it. Throw in the fact that the Sharks and the Jets from West Side Story,
Yeah?
that sounds like two hockey teams.
That's true. Were they banging?
There's a lot of clicking and there's a lot of
Tension?
pacing and choreography. So
Okay.
who knows what happened after the cameras were turned off.
That's fair enough.
I think it's a sort of a very energetic,
Yes.
yearning,
Yearning? Now we're talking.
sensual
Yes.
tale.
Okay, let's see who is next. Grace.
I think it's amazing to see gay lovers in such a toxically masculine, historically homophobic environment. And I think it's a very positive story for that reason.
Yes, it is that's pretty good stuff. Yeah, Jacob?
Naturally, for me as a sports fan, I think men like me and the men around me wouldn't like these guys. Not because they're gay, because they're Yanks.
It's actually set in Canada.
It's actually, Canadian Yanks. There's sort of
What about the Russian?
Huh?
What about the Russian? Russian
Well,
Yanks.
yeah. I mean, don't get
Yeah.
look. My point is, we're xenophobic. Don't want to dig into
Point
it.
well made.
Don't want to dig into it. Ultimately, love conquers all, even if you're Russian, gay, or a hockey player.
Sure. All three genders. Now, to get us all on the same page, each panelist will tell me which character they most relate to in our featured audiobook and why. I haven't read it, of course, but I imagine I feel most aligned with the coaches, because I'm also trying to get the best out of a bunch of distracted, horny people. So, let's start with Jacob this time, I think. Which character's on the same page as you?
I'll probably go Shane.
Why Shane?
I related to Shane in terms of feeling that you have to be an alpha male, but having bits of yourself that you kind of have to hide as you're trying to be perceived as that. Do you know what I mean? And in this context, it's a homosexual relationship. For me, it's that I make a podcast. That's kind of my deep shame that I have to be careful that I don't let out amongst others.
On the terraces.
I think trying to sort of portray a level of masculinity, but having things within you that don't match with that, and having to maintain that facade, both in the public eye and amongst people around you. That's what I related to Shane the most.
Grace, who are you on the same page as?
I relate to the girl who's going out with Shane when he comes out, because I too have been out with a lot of men who have then come out during our relationship as gay.
Oh, really? How many times?
Twice.
Twice? That's not loads, but it's more than none.
It's more than once.
It's a lot
for
more than
sure.
once, yeah.
Yeah.
Double.
Were there clues?
They kept kissing each other.
Did you keep meeting them in heaven?
I've got with loads of people in heaven.
Sure.
One of my first sexual experiences with someone I met in heaven.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it still open?
I don't know. I know it's next to a shop that sells South African meat.
I was thinking, how come Pierre knows about heaven?
Yeah.
How come Pierre's brought up
I go for-
legendary gay nightclub heaven?
Yeah, I go for the meat on the other side of that tunnel. I look over, I see everyone's queuing up for heaven already, even though it's like 7 p.m. I'm just getting the last of the Boerewors from a freezer.
You're like, hello, here for the meat market? Yeah, sort of.
Yes, but say more.
Also in a leather corset.
Sure, of course, but that's just so I can eat more. Rajiv, who's your kindred spirit in this book?
For ease of narrative, I'll say Ilya.
Okay.
when you read about him having his incredible sculpted abs and obliques and stuff, I thought, finally represented, you know?
It's nice to see yourself in media, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. You know, he's gruff on the exterior, but he's got the soul of a poet.
Yeah.
Which is just something that you can say about anybody. No one can check that.
Interesting. People you go pretty good, actually. It's hard to tell the difference between people who haven't listened to the audiobook and people who listened to it while they were doing other things. Hum. This is the moment when we would normally play Fuck, Marry, Kill, but for this episode, we're going with Puck, Marry, Kill. So of our three main characters, which one would you puck, which one would you marry, and who would you end with a well-sharpened ice skate to the throat? Now, let's start with Grace.
I would puck Shane.
Okay.
I would marry Ilya.
Okay.
Love of my life, forever.
Why marry Ilya?
Because he's unreal.
What makes him unreal?
He's got a really nice bum.
Nice bum? Is this in the audiobook or is this just in the TV version?
Both.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's described in both.
Okay.
He's mysterious, he's brooding, he's untherapized. I would fix him and we would have an amazing relationship. And then I would kill Shane's mum.
Oh.
She's super annoying.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Why is she so annoying?
She's just like always trying to get him to do like brand deals and stuff and just like selling him out. She's like a show mum.
So Shane is the honey boo-boo of
Yeah, exactly. And like
hockey.
when Shane like finally comes out, she's just like, oh, well, we can like get a deal with Rolex, and like she's just making it about money.
Oh, right,
She's
okay.
big hashtag capitalism, the mum.
Okay. Rajiv, that's your cue. Puck, marry, kill.
Let's go for Puck Ilya.
Okay, why?
I think he's the physically dominant force.
Okay.
I think he is.
So you want to be subbed?
With Ilya, I don't think it really matters what you want. He's in charge.
Okay.
You know?
And is that a relief for you?
Yeah, I think if we're talking pure, I think you've got to puck Ilya. He's the
sex man.
It's too good of an opportunity to turn down.
Okay. And a good story.
And I think go ahead and marry Rose.
Yeah.
Rich, big house, I imagine.
Yes.
Lots of premiere invites and things like that, which I think would be fun, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess that leaves kill Shane.
Shane?
Which is sad.
Poor Shane.
But then he would go down in history as being kind of like the Princess Diana of Canada. You know,
yes.
Taken too soon.
Yes. Prince of Hearts.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Jacob. Puck, marry, kill.
Pretty easy for me. Killed a Russian. Not to sound all heteronormy, but probably would puck the woman.
Sure.
Tends to be what I do. And I
who
guess
you
that
gonna
leaves
marry
me
then?
marrying Shane for the money.
Nice, okay.
Quite a nice life for me. Kill a Russian, get some puck, and then marry the money man.
Yeah, okay. What kind of husband will you be for Shane?
With Shane, I guess you're sort of like a trophy husband, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're a wag, essentially. You're getting on with the other hockey wives. You do well, or hockey husbands, as is the case with Shane, gay, which is handy for me if I'm marrying him.
That's true.
Yeah, it was quite a nice life being Shane's sort of husband.
You could be gossiped about.
Yeah.
Who is Shane's football hooligan hubby?
Yeah. As soon as his hockey career started going down the pan, they'd blame me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There too many boozy lunches with that horrible tattooed lanky guy.
It's because you got him into Madry, eh?
Yeah.
Ruined his life. I'd like that. Yeah, very nice. Points for Grace for bum detail.
Thank you.
Double bum. You said it was in the audiobook and in the TV series. Rajiv, I like the idea of you on the red carpet, busting out the tuxedo. Yeah, I'll give you a point for that. And Jacob, I'm going to give you 3 points for so enthusiastically describing your life as the hooligan heartthrob of E-entertainment.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's kind of a dream. Now that I've started picturing it, I don't really want to have to go back to my normal life.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
I want to be a hockey wag.
And you'd be one of the few wives sitting watching the game, really like on your feet screaming.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Chants. You could introduce chants to hockey.
That's
I don't know
it.
if they have chants the way that the
No,
UK...
yeah, it's sort of embarrassing in American. I could make them sort of English.
Teach them first the tunes of all sorts of hymns and classical music. Yeah. And then make songs that are about the opposing player's brother's convictions. Set to that music, yes. Yes, so 3 points for that. I like the vision. You painted a beautiful picture for me, so thank you. The next game is That Happened. I'm going to read a list of things that supposedly happened in the audiobook, and using your true and false paddles, you're going to tell me if these things did or did not happen. So, first thing. The first time they have sex, Shane imagines Ilya getting stuck inside him and doctors having to separate them in front of all their teammates. It's a bold one. It is true, he imagines Ilya getting stuck inside him and the doctors having to separate them in front of all their teammates. This is more likely to happen with dogs, by the way. The getting stuck thing.
Yeah.
Is that
Not the playing ice hockey.
Is that the barbed penis of the dog? Is that correct, or is that a cat that's got
No,
cat.
and apparently with foxes, you know when you hear foxes shagging and they're making those horrible sounds, that's because the woman is in so much pain.
Unfortunately for me, and most of my sex education did come from fox porn, so
Yeah?
a lot of my early encounters I was howling.
Yeah. And then and eating from bins. So, second one. Shane exclusively reads sexy sci-fi books. What do we think? It's 3 falsies. It's false! The only books he reads are about ice hockey.
Yeah.
Pointless, ironically, for him to read Heated Rivalry, because there is almost no ice hockey in it. It is mainly banging. Number 3, Ilya says the best sex he ever had was in a hot tub. Oh. A true, and a false. It is false.
Yeah, because if you've had sex in a hot tub, it's rubbish.
Well, this is what Ilya says. He hates having sex in hot tubs because they're hot and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But isn't that all sex? Sex in a hot tub is mainly for people who think peeing in the shower doesn't go far enough. Number 4. Ilya compares Shane's penis to a leaky fountain. It's all votes for true there, and it is true. And what a sight it would be in the local garden centre.
He calls it that because you have to throw coins at it for good luck.
Yes. And they shut it in winter, and it's a nightmare to clean. And now for our surprise boner round. Not boner. My apologies. Bonus round. This audiobook is pretty darn steamy. So we thought we'd dive into the sexy, sexy vibes. Let's play He Shoots, He Scores. Fingers out of your pockets and on to your buzzers, please. This first one is multiple choice, so let me finish. Thank you. No premature buzzing. How many scenes in the book feature Shane and Ilya kissing?
7.
You need to let me finish.
Oh, sorry, I thought... I've never been with someone who takes so long to finish. I apologise.
It's a problem.
That's not true.
Usually with me, people are pretty quick. What can I say?
You've got like one of those like kung fu grips, that's why. How many scenes in the book feature Shane and Ilya kissing? A, 5 to 10. B, 10 to 15. Or C, 15 to 20.
C.
C is correct.
Thank you.
15 to 20 is the correct answer. My grandmother went back and checked. Okay. You know what's coming. How many times do Shane and Ilya have full-on eardrum-blowing sex?
31.
No. Hawley.
8.
8, no. The answer's between those two.
19.
No. It's 14. No points for anyone. It's 14. Please name all of the places in the book that Shane and Ilya hook up.
Hotel room.
Correct. 1 point.
Shower.
Yes.
Changing room. Locker room.
Yes.
At the summer house.
The summer house, yes. Okay, that's 4. Any others?
you.
Any more for any more? Okay. The full list. Hotel rooms, multiple. Shane's show home in Boston. Ilya's penthouse in Boston. Las Vegas rooftop party. Seems a bit risky. They're supposed to be undercover, aren't they?
They hide.
Where do they hide?
Behind a glass door.
Oh. Oh, coquettish. Where do they hide?
In a corridor or something at the party. It's like...
Okay. Shane's lake house, yes. Showers and bathrooms, brackets multiple. Pool, brackets arena. Locker room, brackets arena. And the ho-ho-ho back entrance of Shane's building. And now, because Jacob and Rajiv were behind in the opening round, I'm going to ask you to read out these passages from the book, replacing the word fuck with puck. Could we have our passages for Jacob and Rajiv, please? Here he comes, the hockey player of unknown sexuality, but contextually, was that finger point flirting or was it just masculine banter? It could be both, of course. Unroll your scrolls, boys. Read your lines.
Puck you for texting me before the game, you arsehole.
Puck you.
Knock it off.
Puck you arsehole. That was the worst.
The puck?
Puck.
God, puck you. Why was that so hot?
I like that. A bit of smouldering from Jacob there. A point for that.
I was really horny reading it. I was adding pucks in.
Yeah.
I liked this book.
You can see your podium tilting. Good angle on that podium, I saw. Lovely. And Audible said it would be a highbrow show, but, you know, just laughing about dicks with a couple of illiterates. Why not? Why not? Okay, next up, Book Fight Club. I will choose two of our guests to go head-to-head and debate a hot take from our featured audiobook. What's the number one rule of Book Fight Club? Always read bare knuckle. The hot take for Heated Rivalry is, all sports would be more interesting if the two best players were having it off with each other. Grace, you will be arguing for, and Jacob, you will be arguing against, because I know you're such a sports purist. Let's get it on.
Okay, so my argument for is that sexual tension is something that people want to watch. Rugby is the best example, but there's so much sexual tension when I'm watching men playing rugby, and I just want them to fuck.
Yes, I think that the irony is that rugby is the one where they seem to be the most at ease with releasing that sexual tension.
Yeah, but you
with
know,
each other.
Carry on, like keep it going to completion is what I say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just a whole new type of scrum.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But then, like, my argument for that is, like, to stick with the rugby analogy, like, rugby's the one sport where they definitely aren't having sex with each other.
How do you know that?
'Cause I've been around rugby boys. They piss on each other. They eat each other's shit, but because that's funny, apparently.
Sure.
But they don't ever actually have sex with one another. Whereas there's loads of
sex takes many forms.
Yeah, well, but
that's called a golden shower.
Yeah, right. But like their whole thing is doing it as part of a drinking game because they can't have actual conversations, rather than because it's turning them on. Like I think like the essence of sport is actual rivalry. Like I don't think rivalry is.
It is hot.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
It diminishes the rivalry though, because you're going over to the opposite team, and then you need that rivalry, that hatred, to beat the other person.
Yeah, but you can have sex with someone that you hate. It's hot.
Okay.
But then can you beat them at hockey?
Well, you know, Shane and Ilya do a good job at it.
This is it. I think it would impact the sport.
A lot of female football players who are in relationships.
Across rival teams?
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Is it across rival teams?
Yeah.
Is that
in
well known?
In the women's league.
Is that well known?
Yeah.
That's fucking hot.
Yeah.
I think Grace wins. Grace wins the debate. All we had to do was remind Jacob about lesbians.
Yeah, I might not be able to finish this record now.
I think Grace takes the debate there. A point for Rajiv, though, for stepping in and
saving me.
Yeah. But then also take away a point, because you should stay above the debate, I think.
Yeah, that's kind.
Stay above the stay above the fray.
Lesson, I think, learned.
Noble and detached. Our next round is Picture This. For this game, we're going to show you an object related to the audiobook. You need to tell me what it represents. It could be literal or metaphorical. Bring in the object. Here we are. Look at that. Some kind of sandwich, toasty thing.
Some tuna.
So let's start with Rajiv. How does that object relate to the book?
Heated Rivalry was... The reason it's called that is because that's actually the name of a toasty maker. which Shane owns in the beginning of the book.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why.
That's what that's about.
Yeah.
But a SponCon.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can buy Heated Rivalries now.
It's a modern book.
Yeah.
We all need to
It's
pay
like
the
the
bills
George
somehow.
Foreman grill.
Yes.
Am I one of the only people who thought growing up that he was just a sandwich mogul? I had no,
Yeah.
I had no
Boxer.
knowledge of his fighting history.
Then he was just like Barry Scott.
Yeah. And then a friend of mine was like, oh, you can watch the George Foreman Muhammad Ali fight online. And I was like, that poor chef.
Or even like, who's Muhammad Ali fighting? It's obviously sponsored by George Foreman, the chef.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We're here at the George Foreman Arena.
Grace.
Yes.
What's going on with that sandwich? What's it all about?
Ilya makes Shane that sandwich.
What kind of sandwich is it?
Well, that was cheese and tuna with onion.
Okay. Jacob? What's going on with that sandwich?
I'm pretty sure they go out to eat together in secret, and that's what they're served. I'm not sure it actually was tuna in the sandwich. I think it might have just been a grilled cheese, as they quite enjoy
Grilled cheese.
on that side of the Atlantic Ocean.
Yes, they do. They do, don't they? Well, I can reveal that the item is apparently the Tuna Melt sandwich that Ilya makes Shane after sex.
Yeah.
This is the first time Ilya gives Shane something to eat. Well,
Which isn't...
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, food. First fully edible thing.
Yeah.
Well,
It's edible, just only once.
yeah, that's true. like a Willy Wonka. Everything in this room is edible. Even I am edible. But that's called cannibalism. That would have been less charming if he'd just been pointing to his crotch. Even this is edible. You little
Army
brats.
Hammer.
Grandpa Joe, get over here.
You've sprung out of that bed for some reason. And finally, acting up. In this game, I can ask 1, 2, or all 3 of our panelists to act out the entire plot with the help of our Booksmart dressing up box in just 60 seconds. To protect our viewers, we have one rule. Any sex you include in your acting out must be in the form of a firm handshake. Okay, well, I'd like all 3 of you to do it. You have 10 seconds to prep your props from the dressing up box. Go! Oh, you're running out of time. 2,
Who's that?
1. Close the box. Close it. Close that box. Okay. You have 60 seconds to demonstrate the entire lovely plot to me, and your time starts now.
Right, I'm the greatest hockey player in this league, and anyone who says I'm not is fucking gay.
Hey, I'm the king of the hockey league, and I say no gayness in hockey.
Yeah, well, look, have you got anything
I'm
to
better
say?
than you,
Oh,
Shane.
well, that's a bit of a turn on for me.
40 seconds.
I'm a better player than you.
Yeah, well, that's kind of
All right, I'm gonna turn away now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. No one saw that, did they? I hope everyone still thinks I'm the best hockey
Well,
player and
just
not just
hockey.
30
I
seconds.
don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm in Russia now. Goodbye.
Yeah, well, forget that because I'm too busy with hockey and my boner.
20 seconds. This is very gripping.
Hey.
Do you want to shake hands?
Yeah, let's shake hands.
You're not as good as a Russian.
Oh, yeah, I'm not convinced by this handshaking. I went to theatre camp,
No,
so I know a thing or two about
I
I
convincing
want to break you
handshakes.
guys up.
But
I miss you.
Now that
5,
you've broken,
I miss
4,
you.
3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. One last sexy handshake right before the time ran out. Good for you. So, it's now time for me to decide who I think has listened to the audiobook and who has just been here for the smut. Let's see. It's difficult because I know that Grace has seen the TV show, and I think the adaptation is fairly faithful, so there's a kind of smuggled information aspect there. Rajiv, you've been strategically vague about the things you've said, but in a way that might just be good gameplay. And Jacob, I'll be honest, you've vacillated between things that are quite specific and complete gibberish. If it's a tactic, it's an excellent one because it's been extremely confusing. I think Jacob's listened to the audiobook, Grace has listened to the audiobook, Rajiv hasn't. That's my guess. Panelists, please reveal whether or not you are a bullshitter or a book smarty.
I am a bullshitter. I've not read the book.
You knew about the Vegas party you said they hid.
I absolutely guessed.
No one disagreed.
Horny book. Someone's going to have sex
He
at a
was right,
party, aren't
though.
they?
He was right, though. There you see, your instincts were bang on.
He's actually in the writer's room for the sequel.
Yes.
Written yourself a role.
Grace, bullshitter or book smarty?
Book smarty.
Book smarty.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got that right at least.
Yes.
Your archival knowledge.
Yes.
You just couldn't help yourself.
Yes.
Lovely. So I've got 1 and 1. Rajiv?
Book smarty.
No! You were so vague!
Deliberately vague.
It was tactics the whole time. What a vague man. How annoying. Well, 1 out of 3 ain't bad, as no one said. So let's see what the latest scores are after that round. In joint second place, it's Jacob and Grace with 18.
Well, that's nice.
How about that? Double
to be
silvers.
Nice to be together, yeah.
But of course, our chiseled champ is Rajiv with 19 points.
Yeah.
Well done. Yes.
I am Shane Hollander.
Congratulations.
Or Ilya, whichever the one is. There's not that much hockey in it. I don't really know who's on top.
Whoever you think's winning.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, congratulations. Don't count up the points too closely at home. Like hooking up regularly with your biggest rival, the scoring is so wrong, it's right. And your prize for winning, Rajiv, is a big foam finger.
Yes.
Lovely. Look at that. Put on them big foam fingers. Let's see some pointing. Lovely.
Bit of
Look at
that.
Well, bit of that. I like that.
Yeah,
Let's-
some of this.
Can we do the other one with the other? That's nice. Look at that. That's nice. And you're pointing at the 2 people you've vanquished.
Yeah, that
The
feels,
ultimate-
that feels harsh.
It does feel harsh, doesn't it? Thank you to all our wonderful guests. Jacob Hawley, Grace Campbell, Rajiv Karia. Lovely work. Well done, everyone. Well, I'd love to stick around talking about sexy audiobooks all day. These are busy people with other things going on. It's plug time. What have you got to plug?
I've got a stand-up special on YouTube called The King of Holloway Road, and
Yes.
I'm on a UK tour at the end of the year called Fighting Age Man.
Nice. Lovely. Grace?
I'm going on tour at the end of the year and the show's called The Lady is a Tramp.
Nice. Lovely. Rajiv?
You can see my show Man Alive at the Machynlleth Comedy Festival in May.
Nice.
And you can see it some other places later in the year. Keep your eyes peeled. And you can watch my film, Zoners, on iPlayer and YouTube if you're international.
As for me, I'm off to cash in on this trend with a highly sexual audiobook about rival accountants. Someone from Deloitte sleeping with someone from KPMG. The young people are going to freak. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for more Book Smart.